In this video, we are going to make a block that we can push, sort of Zelda style, I suppose. We're going to be using the same sort of block that we had for our sliding block. So let's make one of those first. Let's get the big command to make that. Okay, so we are going to summon an armor stand. I will summon it on the same X, and I am standing on 56 at the moment. Let's check that. F3. Where am I standing? I'm standing on 56. Okay, so if I'm on 56, we are going to summon this on 54, and then 0.5187. That is the number you need. And I'm going to summon it off in the Z direction 5 blocks. Now let's give it all the information. Okay, so it's going to have a tag. And I'm going to call it pushBlock. And it's also going to have NoGravity. And it's also going to be Invulnerable. And it's going to be Invisible 1B, there we go. And it's going to have 2 passengers. There we go. And 1 passenger, 2 passengers. The first passenger is going to be ID, speech marks, Minecraft shulker. And it's going to have NoAI, 1B, and it's going to be silent. I don't want it making any noise. And it's going to have NoGravity, and it's going to be Invulnerable, 1B, and it's going to have tags. I'm going to call it pushBlock again. Then after that square bracket there, and it's going to have a DeathLootTable, which will, oops, there's a mistake, comma, DeathLootTable, which will be empty, so it's not going to drop anything. And lastly, it will have ActiveEffects. It's only going to have 1. And that active effect will be ID 14, which is invisibility. You'll have an amplifier of 1 will do, because you're either invisible or not. It will have a duration of 1 million. That'll last for a while. And ShowParticles will be set to 0B, so no particles. So this block won't last forever, because we've got a duration there, so I would advise summoning it just before the player goes into the room. It will last a very long time. Okay, our next passenger will be the type of block that we want, and we'll do that using ID falling underline block, then after the speech marks. And it will have no gravity, and it will have a time. So this also limits how long it will be alive. We'll put minus 123, minus 1 million. We don't want it to drop an item. No dropping your item, please. We do want a tag. I'll call it pushBlock again. And we want to select which block we're going to have. So a BlockState. And the BlockState will have a name. And the name will be whatever block we want. I am going to pick red wool. Okay, this is a long command. It will be in the notes, so you can have a look at the notes for it. Let's press done. Let's F3 and D to clear the chat. There he is. Okay, there's our block. Excellent. made of a armor stand, a shulker, and the red wool, which is the falling block. Now let's get a way of killing them. Doesn't sound very nice, but that's what we're going to do. Kill at any entity with the tag pushBlock. Done. Now if we just run that by itself, that looks horrible, which is why we have these two blocks. So this one is going to be always active chain, and here we're going to execute as any entity tag equals pushBlock at themselves, run TP themselves to the same place on the X, -10 on the Y, so they're going to be down in the void, and the same place on the Z. Okay, so we're going to teleport them down first. Much better. Okay. Right, now let's get on with checking how we can move this thing. Let's put a command block down. Needs redstone, and it's going to be a repeat. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check where the player's standing. So execute as all players, and I'm going to check their Y rotation equals. So let's do north first. Y rotation 170 to 190, because if you're facing exactly north, you're facing 180. So we're going to have a little bit of leeway either side. Okay, and we're going to execute that as at the player. If entity at entity tag equals pushBlock, distance equals 0 to 1.75. Okay, so this should run. Oh, our blocks. Let's put our block back. This should run if we are within 0 and 1.75 of the block, who is tagged pushBlock, and we are facing around about north. Let's put a command on the end. Run, say hi, or say north. Yep. So if we're facing this way, let's clear the chat. F3 and D. Nothing, nothing, nothing. North. Okay. That'll do. It does work if you're facing here as well. So that's north. Now we are going to check. We don't want to be able to push it into a wall. So we want to check this block here. So I'm standing here. So this is -1, -2. -2 on the Z direction. So let's execute let's execute as, I just do the nearest players, at themselves, if block -2 on the Z is air. Okay, and that will be conditional, and it will also be always active chain. Let's get rid of that from there now. So this will only work if this one's right. Run, say, north, north. And it's not continuously running. Okay, now it is continuously running. Okay, so that's working. Next, let's get a comparator output and pop this down here. Okay, now let's get another command block. We are going to need a scoreboard. Scoreboard players reset, and let's create a fake player. I'm going to call him #pusher, and we will see I've got 4 scores there. Push east, push north, push south, push west. So let's change his push north timer. So if we want to set them up, scoreboard, objectives, add, push north timer dummy. I've already got one. I've already set them up. So you would do that one, you would do push south. They're all dummies. We know about objectives now. So we've got the 4 objectives. Now we are setting that one to 0 or resetting it. So setting it to no score at all. And then after that, I'm going to place a redstone block. Set block 2 in the Z direction. Redstone block. Replace. This will be always active chain. And let's make it conditional. Does that work? Let's check. There's a redstone block. Let's remove this say north bit now. We don't need that. So get rid of that. There's a redstone block. Okay. Let's actually put that back so we can use it to know where the next block goes. Let's put the next one down. It's going to go there. Let's remove that. Needs redstone repeat. Let's increment that score that we've just reset. So scoreboard players add, and we called the fake player hashtag pusher, and we're going to add to his push north timer, and we're going to add 1 to it. Okay. Next, we will have a always active chain, and this will execute as any entity with the tag pushBlock. So those are our 3 things that we've got pretending to be a block over there at themselves, and we will run teleport themselves to the same X, the same Y, and the same Z minus 0.1. Done. So if we press F3, we are facing north, and that's negative Z. That's why we've put the minus 0.1. So that should start it sliding. And now let's stop it sliding. So how are we going to do that? Get rid of this block here, this redstone block. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. We will execute if the score of hashtag pusher, our fake player, his push north timer matches 10. So if pusher's push north timer matches 10, run set block -3 on the Z, white wool replace. So always active chain. So this will increment the score. The score will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. While it's counting up, the block will be sliding, and when it gets to 10, this block will change to white wool. So we've got -3, -1, -2, -3. Okay, let's give that a try. Hey, excellent. We've slid the block 1 block to the north. Okay, I like that. We can't slide it in any other directions yet. Let's do south. Yeah, in fact, actually, let's check. I think we can't continuously slide it. No, if we stay next to it... Oh, we can slide it slowly. Oh, that's not too bad. Let's get rid of that. Put that down. Let's check that again. No, we can't. If we keep facing the same direction, we can't continuously slide it. If we look away and look back, we can slide it again. Okay, I don't like that. I want to be able to slide it continuously. And the reason for that is this comparator is staying on. So how many blocks, if I put a block here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. Okay. Always active chain conditional, so it's only going to run when the timer resets. And we will just do a set block, and it was -8 on the Z, -8, and we'll put a comparator there. But we will say powered equals false. So we're replacing this with a comparator that's turned off. Now we should just, there we go, we can just slide it along now. Excellent. Okay, that's north done. So all we have to do now is copy this for the other directions. So let's clear our inventory. Let's clear the chat, F3 and D. Let's copy this one. 2, 3. So let's do north. Let's do south. South. Okay, now if north is 180, south is going to be 0. So let's do -10 to 10. That should check if it is just either side of the 0. Okay, done. And let's do east. East is that way. Let's have a look at east is -90. Okay, so if it's -90, we will check from -100 to -80. And west is probably 90 then. Yeah, west is 90. So for west, we will check between 80 and 100. Okay, let's get some levers on all of those. Boink. It's a habit of mine putting levers on top. That way I can always destroy the lever. If I broke anything and I couldn't do the map, I know that I'm standing on 56. So this, I can just wipe out all the levers and not destroy my command blocks, and everything will be fine. Let's copy this block. Doink, doink, doink. Okay, so we're checking for air -2. So if it's -2 for north, it's going to be 2 for south. East. So if we're facing east, east is +X. So this will be +X. And if east is +X, then west is -X. Done. Comparators. Why are they all running? Well, we didn't copy conditional. It doesn't copy that, so we'll have to set that to conditional, that to conditional, and that to conditional. Now let's copy this one. Boink, boink, boink. Anything we need to change in here? Yes. Push north time. This is an easy one. Push south timer. Push east timer. And push west timer. Done. Okay, let's copy this one. Anything we need to change in here? Nothing we need to change in there. Okay, but we do need to set them all to conditional. Okay, next. We don't need to copy the white block. We can if we want, just for a reference. Let's copy this one. Control and middle mouse. 1, 2, 3. This is an easy one as well. Just change north to south. Change north to east. And lastly, we had west. Let's copy the next one. Okay, so this is the teleport. This is all fine. We just need to change the direction. If north is -Z, south is positive, east was +X, and west is -X. Okay, let's copy the next block. In here, we just need to change what matches, which score matches. So south, push east timer, push west timer. Done. And copy the last one, which we won't need to change. 1, 2, 3. We don't need to change this one, but we do need to put it onto conditional. Okay, fingers crossed. Can we push the block in all directions? Yep. Yep. I've just checked that one. I don't know why I did it twice. Yep. Yep. Can we push it all the way up here? Excellent. So we've got a block we can push around. That's kind of useless, really. Nothing we can do with it. Let's clear our inventory and let's give myself a piece of green wool. And I'm going to put the green wool down just there, and I'm going to get the coordinates. Fill, tab, tab, tab. Copy. Escape. Let's get a command block and a lever. Let's put you down here. Lever on top. Get rid of that. Turn it on. Repeat. Okay. Execute if entity at any entity. We need to check where it is. So first we want it to have a tag. So we're going to check where is pushBlock. And then let's paste in our coordinates. X equals our first coordinate. Y equals our second coordinate. Z equals our third coordinate. Why doesn't it work? We didn't put a comma there. And I'm just going to add a 0.5 to that one to move it towards the middle of the block. And same for that one. And let's check for a distance as well. Distance equals 0 to 0.2. So if pushBlock is in within 0 and 0.2 of those coordinates, we will run say hi. That could be any command you want. Okay, so nothing's happening now. Let's push the block, push him. We should be able to push him all the way around the outside of this green block. Yeah, I pushed him too far there. Let's push him back. We can go all the way around the outside, and if we push him onto the block, oh, now what have I done here? I've moved it off the side. So push him on, push him on, push him on, and if he goes on the block, the command should run. Is that command still running? Yep. Okay. So that is how we can push a block around and then check where it lands. Maybe that could be a redstone block and you have to push it onto a power source. So we could have this, instead of run say hi, we could run set block at those coordinates, redstone block replace. Now the thing is, we would first of all, there we go, we've got both. So you would have to replace the block and kill him. Let's do that. Let's copy these two. Copy, copy. Let's put them down here. Doink, doink. Always active chain. Always active chain. That's going to keep killing them forever. Yeah. Let's make it conditional and conditional. Okay. Yep, that works. Let's kill that. Let's change it from red wool to a redstone block. Yep. And let's change this to a command block. Say, ouch. Okay, what happens? Let's clear the chat. F3 and D. I haven't got a redstone block we can push around. Hey, there we go. And we run the command. So we can have redstone wire coming out there. The player moves the redstone block around. Maybe you could have different color blocks, have to go different colored locations. Who knows? But that is how we create a fake block that the player can then push around. And then we've now changed it to a real block that can't be pushed anymore. Okay, that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.